In software development, there are some supporting processes or supporting skills that are fairly necessary, and one of those skills is file management. This is in some ways not a skill so much as a task that has to be done. So I'll start by reviewing the job of a file wrangler. Can go by other terms, but a file wrangler is good enough. The first thing, what is a file wrangler? Well, that's someone, usually just a single person on a small project, who looks after the files. That is, they decide what the file naming conventions are going to be, what the library structure is going to be, and what the version control method is going to be. The desk that you can see there in the picture is intended to give you an impression, a visual impression of things that are not well organized. The person concerned might know where everything is placed, but nobody else does. File naming conventions. Usually the whole idea with the file naming conventions is to know at a glance what the file is, what's likely to be contained in it, and what version it is. Now you could have different file naming conventions. You could have, as I got there, what, who, and when. I know that's done for international standards. I think what is the standard, who was it produced by, and which version was it. Another one is what, type, and status. So that would be, for example, the what being some sort of a descriptive name for the file, the type. What type of file is it? Is this an architecture file? Is it a code source file, documentation file? What kind of file is it? And status, is this draft, final, or version number, as you choose. It doesn't really matter much what your convention is, as it's more important to have one. Now, the library structure, and you can have the library structure, I'm sorry, inevitably you will. I mean, you've got to collect your files somewhere, and putting them in one great big repository is not that good. Even if you did, you'd probably have some overview of contents so that you could browse them in some way. Now, where you put things in such a structure depends what you want to keep together and what you want to keep separate. You do need to minimize the amount of time you're going to be traversing up and down. So things that are normally used together, you want to keep reasonably close together. So things like code files that are used with definition files, you'd probably keep them reasonably close together. But maybe the architecture output might be somewhere else, or the requirements might be somewhere else. So there's those kind of decisions to be made. Sorting them out by deliverable and then component within deliverable is kind of a reasonable start, a way to do it. I can't tell you exactly how to do it in the circumstances because I don't know what information you want to keep and what the relationships between the types of information are likely to be. That's for you to decide and for you to make some sense of it at the time.